Imla, Alhayanau Yahweh, Bashim Yahweh Shai, Hamashiach, Wa Malakia, Bashim, Harawak, Kakodash, Barakathum, the water Bible, Bawa, Kwam Yasharala. Double honor to the apostles, elders, and bishops of Great Millstone, who teaches daily, to the men out there teaching the likewise doctrine and say Shalom. Today we're going to get into a video where this Edomite cop shot at a black man for no reason. Well, first he shot at him, and then he started yelling that he had a gun, which he did not. And then the cop, after that, he just kept repeating, saying he's sorry, he's sorry, he's sorry, he's sorry. Now, this cop got an attempted murder charge. And so let me get a scripture real quick. Now, this did not used to happen. Remember when cops used to be able to get away with doing stuff like this? That's not happening anymore. Let me see if hold on, let me go to Google. There it is. This is Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 45. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee and shall be destroyed. Hold up, this is not it. Hold up, Salaki. Let me find it. That's not it. Well, let's get Job chapter 9, verse 24. The earth is given to the hand of the wicked. Go the faces of the judges thereof, if not where and who is he? Now, I'm going to find that scripture because now it's bugging me. But let's go ahead and grab the video real quick. Now, this is, what is it? Indisputable with Rashad Ritchie. Check this out.
A cop charged with attempted murder. This is a hell of a thing to see, but here it is.
Help her? Nah, she taking me in the hospital. Come here. You got a gun. What I do? What I do? You got a gun. I don't have a gun. I don't have a gun. No! What did you do? 210. 210. Start me another unit.
What did you do? Why did you do that? Why did you do that?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
See? Now, if you're afraid of black people like that, maybe you shouldn't be a cop. If you're scared of people, period, like that, maybe you shouldn't be a cop. Maybe this is not your thing. Especially if you're a racist cop. See, the thing that happened with this cop is he just could not fight that urge. He just could not fight that indignation. I mean, not indignation, but that perpetual hatred. He couldn't fight it. And then when he saw that he was wrong, that wicked spirit left him, and now he's sorry, he's sorry, he's sorry, he's sorry. But that's the Edomites, man. Just like today. Today is selection day. I call it National Edomite Show Your Ass Day because that's exactly what they're going to do. Because of the fact that you got all these cities boarding shit up because they know their people. They know their people are violent and psychotic and irrational. They know that's the Edomites go to is violence for everything. That's their answer to every problem, violence. And then you had a cop on the news talking about some black people be careful. I'm like, black people be careful. Why don't you arrest your people for being violent? But that's not going to happen because Job chapter 9, verse 24, the earth is given to the hand of the wicked. So they're not going to do justice against their own people because despite the fact that they know how violent their people are in nature, that's why they're sending out all these warnings instead of arresting these violent ass Edomites. That's why they are unfit to rule. Let's go.
Put it up. Sergeant Robert Warrington shoots a man during a traffic stop for absolutely no reason at all. In Maryland, a grand jury has now indicted Bowie police officer Sergeant Robert Warrington on a charge of attempted murder for firing his gun at a man on a busy road last month. I'm going to give you the background. At about 8 a.m., September 12th, Sergeant Robert Warrington stopped on Collington Road near Route 50 to check on a white SUV parked on the side of the road. A man who wanted to remain unidentified told News 4 he was trying to retrieve his hat that had blown away while his girlfriend and children remained in the SUV. As the man walked past Warrington on his way back to the SUV, he appeared to have one hand over his stomach, with the other hand holding a white cloth or t-shirt that appeared to have blood on it. Are you here to help her? Warrington posed the question. No, she's taking me to the hospital, the man replied. Moments later, Warrington fired a shot. Quote, he had a gun. He had a gun, he said. Quote, I don't have a gun, the man said. A woman screamed, what did you do? What did you do? What did you do? Why did you do that? Why did you do that? Officer, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, Warrington said. The gunshot hit a passing minivan. Could have been children in that minivan. Luckily, no one was injured.
Now you see how reckless these people are? But it's just like Psalm chapter 73, verse 5, they're not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. Now, if he had a shot this young man, sorry wouldn't have cut it. Sorry don't cut it now because the bullet actually hit a minivan. So if he would have shot this man or shot somebody in that minivan, sorry wouldn't have cut it. And that's what you Edomites don't understand. Just because you can, see, you've been brought up to think that your little meaningless, worthless apology fixes everything. No, it does not. But y'all about to find out the hard way. Let's go to the book of Joel. Your little empty ass, sorry ass apology ain't fixing shit. Let's go to Joel chapter 3. And we start at verse 4. Yeah, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all coasts of Palestine? Will ye render me a recompense? And if ye recompense me swiftly and speedily, will I return your recompense upon your own head? The Lord finna dish out everything y'all ever done to us. The Lord finna get y'all asses back double. Let me get one more. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 39, verse 28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath. Hold up, there's some more here. And appease the wrath of him that made them. Yeah, everything y'all did is coming back on y'all. And I know y'all gonna act a fool when that happens, because you're acting a fool now. It's just at the thought of it. Let's go.
The video that was provided by the Bowie City Police Department, it speaks for itself. Prince George's County State's Attorney, Aisha Braveboy, said the actions were not in line with training or the orders of the Bowie City Police Department. Bowie City Chief Dwayne Preston issued a statement that reads in part, quote, "I support the grand jury's independent objective process. Sergeant Warrington will be suspended without pay. Warrington is a 12-year veteran of the police department. He faces charges including attempted second-degree murder and reckless endangerment." There are a few more charges.
See, now this man been a cop for 12 years. Ain't no telling how many people this man has shot. He got way too comfortable with pulling that weapon. And then when he saw that the man did not have a gun, even if he did have a gun, he wasn't using it in a negative way. It just would have been on his waist. Having a gun does not warrant death. So even if he did have a gun, he didn't pull it on nobody. He wasn't using it for nothing. But you still decide to shoot at this man just because you thought he had a gun. Now, I've seen videos where cops was running from Edomites who was obviously a threat to their life. They running instead of just shooting. See, that's the perpetual hate Esau got for you, Jake, and it ain't gonna go away. This is 2 Peter chapter 2, verse 9. The Lord knoweth how to deliver the godly out of temptation, and how to reserve the unjust unto the day of judgment to be punished. Yeah, it's coming.
Charges that probably, if I were the prosecutor, I would go ahead and make sure that he's indicted for some of the lesser included, because, you know, the Supreme Court created this very, let's just say, subjective standard for cops.
Exactly. In other words, cops can't do no wrong. Matter of fact, your boy DT, Donald Trump, he said if he's elected, he's going to give all cops diplomatic immunity, which means they can do no wrong. They can do whatever they want to do in the streets and not be persecuted. Now, what kind of shit is that? But this is who y'all want to rule over y'all.
Defense attorneys know how to utilize that quite effectively. I definitely will make sure more charges are fixed. Very sad, isn't it? Why did he think there's a gun? Why did he decide to violate every department policy in order to shoot a black male? Why?
Because he can resist that perpetual hate. Let me get another script. Obadiah chapter 1, verse 10, for thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever.
Why did he put everybody else in danger to do so? But at least the wheels of justice are moving in the right direction, and the man he shot is still alive. All right, Senator, thoughts?
Yeah, amen to all that, Doc. That's harrowing. I mean, can you imagine?
Yeah, man.
I mean, can you imagine? And this police officer seemed very scared. And if you're that scared, you need to lead a police force.
Yes.
Exactly. That's what I said. See, I ain't even hear her say that, but I agree with her wholeheartedly. You have no business with a gun in your hand protecting the public, so-called, if you get that spooked. You ain't got no business with a gun. You don't even need a slingshot. You don't need shit because you're reckless and impulsive and a violent ass Edomite on top of all that. So you don't need no type of weapon because all you're going to do is destroy. Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 7, and the Lord thy power will put all these curses upon thine enemies and on them that hate thee, which persecute thee. See, now, if we wasn't in the end times, this man probably would have got away with it. But see, the Lord is taking the curses off of us and putting them on our enemies. Now this cop's getting charged with second degree, attempted murder. But she's right. I agree with her. You ain't got no business with no gun in your hand. You ain't got no business with a goddamn squirt gun in your hand if you that spooked.
And a law enforcement officer, Doc, as you and I have said time and time again when we do stories like this, it is a scary job. Your life is on the line, even with a traffic stop. But in this case, this police officer just decided to shoot first and really didn't ask any questions and then started shooting. He has a gun. That's so that it could be justified. He was trying to set the play for justification. But when that dog didn't hunt, all he could say is, I'm sorry. So yes, the wheels of justice are turning, but this did not have to happen. This was an unforced error by this law enforcement officer. And they really need to check themselves when it comes to this kind of thing. It's a black man, so we know that there was some biases there. Ain't no doubt about it.
Yeah, and it looks like everybody's on the same page from the police chief to the chief prosecutor.
Which is good.
And naturally the grand jury. So that's always a positive sign as far as getting justice where justice is needed.
All right, we can come out of this. Yeah, man. See, and she read the play just like I read it. He was setting himself up to be a victim, and he was setting an innocent man up to be the threat. And that's what they always do. We told y'all the best way to stay alive and to stay out of jail is to stay away from the police. It doesn't matter what you're doing. You can be doing right or wrong. It doesn't matter because cops do right and wrong. And when I say stay away from the police, I mean just that, because you see how reckless and dangerous they are. And when I say stay away from the police, I mean just that. I mean, if you need to stop by the store on your way home, you see a cop car or two at that store, go to the next store. I don't care, because they are reckless, dangerous, emotional, and impulsive. And they are born liars. So if you want to keep your life and stay out of jail, stay away from the police. Don't even talk to them. If it's not life-threatening, even if it is life-threatening, I will still think twice before calling the police, because you had about 2 or 3 cases recently where the person who called the police ended up getting shot by the police. So no, we good. We don't need your help, quote unquote. Because every time you come around, somebody dies and nobody goes to jail until now. Stay away from the police. Don't even talk to them, because all it takes is, hey, don't I know you? Let me see your ID. Bam, you in the back seat. Or you laid out on the pavement. Police never did justice. So if you need justice, don't call the police. Let me get another one. This is, we can get Ezekiel. Ezekiel chapter 25, verse 14. And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel. They shall do in Edom according to mine anger and according to mine fury, and they shall know my vengeance, saith the Lord Yahweh. Everything y'all did coming back on y'all. Hit Isaiah. Isaiah chapter 26, verse 10, let favor be shown to the wicked, yet will he not learn righteousness. In the land of uprightness will he deal unjustly, and will not behold the majesty of the Lord. That's why they are unfit to rule. They are not created to be rightful judges. They are created to be the wicked. You saw it. The man tried to set him up. Shot at him, talking about he got a gun, but knowing he didn't see a gun. Why? Because he didn't have one. So he was setting up the play to lie on this man. Psalms 58:3. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. That scripture tells you that these people are born liars. That's why you stay away from the police, because these people will lie on you in a minute to save their own ass. Stay away from them. Especially the so-called black police. They the worst. I don't care what nobody says. There's no such thing as a good cop. And I'm going to tell you why. And I always say this every time I do a cop video. It's because of this. Even if a cop has never did nothing wrong, that cop done witnessed some shit that his co-workers have done, but said nothing. Because he don't want to be ostracized from the department. He don't want to be the snitch. Well, guess what? You took an oath to protect the public, protect and serve. How are you protecting and serving? You're not. You're not protecting and serving the public. You are protecting them wicked ass cops you work with. So there's no difference. You might as well have committed the crime yourself. If you refuse to bring that crooked cop to justice, there's no such thing as a good cop, because they have seen some shit, they done heard some shit that they should have reported, but they didn't. So I don't trust none of you. Let me get another one. Psalms chapter 37, verse 32. The wicked watcheth the righteous and seeketh the slain. Who's the wicked? Edomites. Who's the righteous? Israel. So let's see what this is. This is Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 16. Therefore, all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thine adversaries, every one of them shall go into captivity, and they that spoil thee shall be a spoil. Spoil meaning rob. And all that prey upon thee will I give for a prey. Let me get another one. This is the book of Ezekiel chapter 35, verse 5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, and the time that their iniquity had an end. Verse 6. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord Yahweh, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. So the Lord telling you, since you don't mind murdering so much, you won't mind being murdered your goddamn self. And that's exactly what's gonna happen. It's not gonna be considered murder, though. It's gonna be considered righteous kills. Yes, the Lord is righteous like that. There are such things because there are such laws, certain laws in the book of Leviticus that if you break, the judgment is death, and it's not considered murder. Murder is when you murder somebody. I mean, when you take somebody's life that has done nothing wrong. Kill is when you put somebody to death for breaking one of the laws that says that the judgment should be death. For example, adultery, sodomy. Yeah, all of those offenses are punishable by death. Thus saith the Lord, thus saith the Bible. Christians. We get another one. Oh, here go a good one. Zechariah chapter 11, verse 5. Whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. See? Esau murder you and lie on you in a minute just to avoid jail. Or he'll create a scenario where how he explains it, he made me do it. No, nobody make you do shit. Whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. And they say that sell them, blessed be the Lord, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not. See, Esau thinks just because he ain't got punished yet, the Lord is on his side. No. You just earning your judgment to be exterminated at the end of your 1,000 years captivity. Go to 1 Thessalonians. Chapter 1. Oh, let's go over here. Psalms. Oh, it's 37. Slocky. This is Psalm chapter 37, verse 1. Fret not thyself because of evildoers, neither be thy envious against the workers of iniquity. Verse 2. For they shall soon be cut down like the grass and wither as the green herb. Exactly. Verse 9. For evildoers shall be cut off, but those that wait upon the Lord, they shall inherit the earth. Not the wicked. The wicked going about to inherit captivity. Go to book of Obadiah, because all this shit played out. Everybody on this planet knows who the wicked is now. But they still fighting tooth and nail, trying to lie their way out of it. Obadiah chapter 1, verse 2. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen, thou art greatly despised. And yes, that's why you got allies pulling away from the United States and Israel. It's obvious who the wicked is. Look at what the wicked is, what wickedness does. Put it like that. Verse 3. the pride of thine heart have deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the cliffs of the rocks, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? That's that pride on Esau. He think he's untouchable. The Lord finna touch your ass, bruh, in a way that you never been touched before. Verse 9, and thy mighty men, O Teman, shall be dismayed to the end that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter. Verse 10, for thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. Verse 15, for the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thine own head. Verse 16, for as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain, took advantage of the Israelites, you dogged us out, so shall all the heathen drink continually. Yeah, they shall drink, and they shall swallow down, and they shall be as though they had not been. You know how they gonna be? As though they had not been? Because there's never been a time in history where 17 nations have gone into captivity at the same time. That's about to happen. Verse 17, but upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance, and there shall be holiness, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions. Everything you stole, you finna get it back plus some. Verse 18, and the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble, and they shall kindle in them and devour them. There shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord hath spoken it. So you could take your sorry, and you could take your ass into captivity. We don't need no fake ass, empty ass, fake apologies. We don't need your apology. We need your obedience. Verse 21, and Savior shall come up on Mount Zion to judge the mount of Esau, and the kingdom shall be the Lord's. Now let's go back to Ezekiel. No, we don't need your apology. All we need is your obedience. And you don't have to give it willingly. We're going to take your obedience. Yahweh Ratzah. Ezekiel chapter 25, verse 12, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, because that Edom had dealt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance and have greatly offended and revenged himself upon them. Verse 13, therefore thus saith the Lord Yahweh, I will also stretch out mine hand upon Edom and will cut off man and beast from it, and I will make it desolate from Teman, and they of the dun shall fall by the sword. This United States is at its end. It's over with, regardless of who they select as a fake-ass president. Because Esau ain't running this. The Lord is. And it's his will for this country to be destroyed, and you Edomites to go into captivity along with the other 16 nations who took advantage of us, who knew who we were the whole time, but you still decided to take advantage of us and say nothing. You just as guilty as the Edomites. Verse 14, and I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel, and they shall do in Edom according to mine anger and according to mine fury, and they shall know my vengeance, saith the Lord Yahweh. Verse 17, and I will execute great vengeance upon them with furious rebukes, and they shall know that I am the Lord when I lay my vengeance upon them. Go to the book of Isaiah. Isaiah chapter 14, verse 21, prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. Verse 22, for I will rise up against them, saith the Lord of hosts, and cut off from Babylon the name and remnant and son and nephew, saith the Lord. So the Lord is basically saying, prepare slaughter for his children. All the Edomite kids got to pay for all the wicked shit your forefathers did. Your granddaddies, your great granddaddies, your daddies, all of them. Y'all got to pay that bill. And you got to pay it in blood. And the Lord is also saying He's going to cut off every male. Why all the males? Because in order for a nation to survive, you have to have a seed. Not a womb, but a seed. Because the Israelite man can impregnate a woman of any nation and he'll still bring forth an Israelite, just like Edom. Esau can impregnate any woman of any nation. All he gonna bring forth is another Edomite. That's what the Lord is gonna stop. He's gonna stop Edomites from being born, thus cutting off your bloodline. I would say that's fair. Get this one. Let's go to Isaiah. Go to Isaiah 47. This is Isaiah chapter 47, verse 1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Why is it called the virgin daughter of Babylon? Because this country's never been touched before. War has never hit this soil from another nation. It's about to, though. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldees, for thou shalt be no more be called tender and delicate. Verse 3, for thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. The Lord coming back is a power. Verse 4, as for our Redeemer, redeem means revenge, revenger, avenger. The Lord of hosts is his name, the Holy One of Israel. Not all, not no whosoever. Let me see what this one is. This is Isaiah chapter 63, verse 4. For the day of vengeance is in mine heart, and the year of my redeemed is come. Redeem means revenge. Go to Jeremiah. And how's the Lord going to take this whole country out, so-called country? Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 9, for lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country. And they shall set themselves in array against her. What is array? Battle formation. From thence she shall be taken. Their arrows shall be as of a mighty expert man. None shall return in vain. Those arrows are those ICBM missiles, those nukes. Since y'all want to play, the Lord finna show you how he get down. Verse 14, put yourselves in array against Babylon round about. All ye that bend the bow, shoot at her. Spare no arrows, for she hath sinned against the Lord. And how did he do that? By coming against the Lord's people. Verse 18, therefore thus said the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, behold, I will punish the king of Babylon and his land, as I have punished the king of Assyria. Babylon is the United States. And this is what's going to be uttered after it happens. Verse 23. How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How has Babylon become a desolation among the nations? The Lord is poking fun at you. These missiles gonna take this whole country out, about to turn this whole country into the world's biggest ashtray. Verse 29, called together the archers against Babylon. All ye that bend the bow, camp against it round about. Let none thereof escape. Recompense her according to her work, according to all that she has done. Do unto her, for she have been proud against the Lord, against the Holy One of Israel. Ooh. It's gonna really suck. It's gonna really suck to be an Edomite in the near future. It's already sucking right now because they can't stop making videos in their cars crying. And the curses ain't even set in yet, for real, for real. Verse 31, behold, I am against thee, O thou most proud. Who is the proudest this universe has ever seen? An Edomite. Especially an Edomite winning in his own kingdom. Verse 31, we'll get it again. Behold, I am against thee, O thou most proud, saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts. For thy day is come, the time that I will visit thee. Verse 32, and the most proud shall stumble and fall, and none shall raise him up. And I will kindle a fire in his cities, and it shall devour all round about him. Verse 36, a sword is upon the liars. Ooh, did that man not lie? He got a gun, he got a gun, he got a gun. Yeah, he lied. And they shall dote. A sword is upon her mighty men, and they shall be dismayed. So all you American hard asses, the Lord finna show you who really hard. Go to Jude. That ain't what I wanted. We can go to Ezekiel 35. We can close on this one. We can get this one again and close on it because this is exactly what's about to happen. Since they don't mind murdering so much. Ezekiel chapter 35, verse 5, because thou hast had perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword, in the time of their calamity, and the time that their iniquity had an end. Verse 6, therefore, as I live, saith the Lord Yahweh, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. Verse 7, thus will I make Mount Seir most desolate, and cut off from it him that passeth out, and him that returneth. Verse 15, and thou didst rejoice at the inheritance of the house of Israel, because it was desolate. So will I do unto thee. Thou shalt be desolate, O Mount Seir, and all Idumea, even all of it, and they shall know that I am the Lord. Mount Seir, that's where the Edomites came from, Mount Petra. Who is Idumea? Idumea is Greek for Edom. So yeah, y'all ain't gonna be doing this bullshit for too much longer because the Lord is about to turn the tide. And it's not gonna be pretty for you Edomites. It's not gonna be pretty for you other nations. The other nations are already catching their hell. but it's only going to intensify. Because you just had a flood in Spain. Over 200 people. Don't know where they at. So yeah, and they're not Spanish. Those are just Edomites who speak Spanish. Edomites like to hide in other people's cultures. Hence the title Culture Vulture. So yeah, it's over with, E. It don't matter. Kamala can't save you. Trump can't save you. Nobody can save you. Why? Because this is the Lord's will. This is his movie. If he decides he wants you to go into captivity and he wants to set us free from under the curses, that's what's going to happen. Regardless of how much you cry, bite, scratch, kick, claw, it don't matter. You could do all that shit on your way to captivity. Call all Imlala Hay now Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, Hamashiach, Wamalakia, by Hashem Harawap Kakorash, Baraka Thumb, the water Bible Bawa Kwam Yasharau. Shalom.